much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This is going to be taken in at the 3. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
Ready, set. Let's go. Steady.
Off play action, it's Ward. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. Jalen Phillips. He gets into drop in for his first sack of the young season. The Titans will use the first of their timeouts, as that'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Here we go, here we go. Bronco 80.
They don't want to repeat a first down, so they'll keep it on the ground now. Up the sideline, past midfield. And he is finally taken down inside the 40-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. Brian Callahan will send out the field goal unit here. Now the Ravens use their first timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. The field goal unit is out for the Titans. Spotted at the 45. This is a 55-yard attempt. He'll bang that one through. It's good. And the Titans are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
As routine as they may have made the end of that drive look, I can assure you, Mike, this is a situation they have been practicing since training camp. Get the ball to one of your playmakers, get yourself in scoring range, and steal 3 points before the break.
Final second now of this first half as this one is away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback.
Let go.
On first down, they'll start the drive with Henry. He'll get about 2. Kevin Winston is there on the tackle.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 8. Here's Jackson. Quick throw, taken in, and nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gain.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for this with Henry. And he will have the Ravens first down by a couple of yards. Able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And with the ball on your side of the 50, if they didn't pick it up there, I think it would have been really interesting, Mike, to see if they would have thought about going for it on 4th down. I think they would have, but I guess we'll never know because he's able to pick up the first down anyway.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now Mitchell. And a nice game there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 2. On the ground, here's Henry. And it doesn't appear that he got to that 1st down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They'll let the fullback try to push the pile. Trying to use that big body to get the yardage, but he is stopped for no gain.
Well, Mike, I think our namesake, John Madden, would be very proud of this one. 3rd and inches. Let's just go old school, man. Give it to our fullback and let him pound his way up there, pick up the 1st down.
Jackson going to give it up on the pop pass. And a nice defensive play there. Good awareness coming through to make the play in the backfield for a loss of yard. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. Open man is beaten. He's got him. Get about 6 before he's taken down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That
try to keep the play alive, but it is intercepted. Picked off by Xavier Woods.
So we saw in the first half, Mike, they were willing to take some risks. It allowed them to build this halftime lead. Now the opposing sideline, they're looking to fight back. They're looking to cut that lead down. That's what that coverage seemed. It looked like they baited that quarterback to force that errant throw and lead to that turnover. Now it's their offense coming back on the field with a chance to cut this deficit.
Now the Ravens use their first timeout, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. On 1st down, it's Ward. This one downfield for Okonkwo. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Falls incomplete. Chig Okonkwo was the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, Ward. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete. Calvin Ridley was the intended receiver. And it'll be 3rd down.
I'll tell you what, Mike, with this guy's speed, he's not an easy target to overthrow. So that's one of those where they're telling this quarterback, throw it with everything you got. Just lay it out there. And more times than not, he's going to run under it. But in this case, just a little bit too much on it. He winds up overshooting his man.
Throwing on 3rd down, Ward. Open man, left side, he's got it. 14 yards on that pass play there. 1st down for Tennessee.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the 3rd quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
Moving to his right. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
If he's able to get the ball out of his hand on time, that's probably a completion, but there's a little hesitation for one reason or another, and by the time he lets it go, He has a defender bearing down on him and leads to an incompletion.
And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards, and that leads to third down.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike, but unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their second, as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming.
Ready? 65. Ready.
They're going to go. It's Ward. And the rush is going to get there. He goes down. They were taking a big risk going for it from their own territory. It does not pay off. And it's a turnover on down. Jackson now to throw on first down. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
And it looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
This defense hitting their ears back, coming to get him again. Jeffrey Simmons in there to bring him down, and that's his first sack of the year. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the gun, Jackson. A ball deep for the end zone. That is hot. What a throw. Jay Flowers. Touchdown, Baltimore. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved his defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
After the touchdown, Loop is back out to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Throwing, Ward. Now a screen. Here's Pollard. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. From the gun, here's Ward. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. That defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are under.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Ward. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Hold the ready.
Here's Ward. That one caught. It's Jimray DK. And he'll be out of bounds. There is a flag on the field. Now let's see what caused it. to throw is Ward. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
3rd and long. Here's Ward. Now he'll air one out. He's got it. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 73 yards. Touchdown, Tennessee. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Jackson. This one complete to Bateman. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up
2nd down, 8 yards to go.
7-yard line.
They'll run. It's Henry. And let's give him about 4 on that one. Kevin Winston is there on the tackle.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
Woods on the tackle. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. The offense is staying right there. They're going for it. 4th and a couple. Throwing Jackson. He's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he will have the 1st down. So they took a chance on 4th and 2. Didn't get it by much, but they do convert to keep the drive going.
47-yard line.
Now Jackson. Right back to Andrews. He's got another one. And he will go all the way. Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Ravens. 2 touchdowns for him now in the afternoon. And another score in another good performance after winning the opener on their way to 2-0.
Mike, you can't be 2-0 without being 1-0, and for them to be able to continue to string early wins together in the first part of the year, this is the start that every team dreams about. This is what you work for all offseason long to start your season and build some early momentum. Gives you a lot of flexibility and wiggle room as the rest of this season plays on.
Timray DK now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Ready up. Let's go.
Slot man in motion left. On first down, Ward. This one brought in by Ioman.
No gain on the play. Second and 10.
Try again. It's second and 10.
Let's go now.
In motion, Okonkwo.
Ready.
On second down, here's Ward. Going for it all. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
And 10 yards to go.
Street. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. 79 Broncos. Seven Pirates.
Looking to throw, it's Ward. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
70 Timberwolves. 19 tight. 60 Eagles. 60.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. And he cannot get the throw off. He's going to be sacked. And they will turn it over on down.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task.
To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Baltimore. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Greg in the end zone again. I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with the win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
On the return, it's Jim DK. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start.
At their own 20-yard line.
Now, first down throw for Ward. That is incomplete. No way to force a football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender, riding his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
Ready.
Now it's Ward. Left side, it's complete. 17 yards that side from number 17.
And this completion certainly won't be changing the outcome of the game by any means, but I do think there is something to be said for teams that continue to fight, they continue to try to at least finish this game and have something to build off of going into next week.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. His fifth catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
It's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive. I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
Room to maneuver at the 35. And they finally catch up with him, but it's a big play, taking it into the red zone. It's a big one for Tennessee. It's a gain of 34.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
To the air again. Ward. That one too far. Over the end line. Overthrow. It is incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize.
Let's go now.
He's got it at the 3. And he's in. Jim DK. Touchdown, Tennessee. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least will pay off with a touchdown, right?
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
They'll work straight ahead with Henry. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. They get 11 and quickly pick up the first down.
Baltimore, first down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
180. Headshot.
On first down, they'll stay on the ground with Henry. And a missed tackle there. He pushes forward and will give him 4 yards.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now is one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
He'll go again here with Henry. And he'll get it back to midfield. That's it. No gain on the play. Third and 5.
Brings up third down and 5.
Headshot.
The shotgun, here's Jackson. He's going to look for the home run ball. And he's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Ravens. 3 touchdowns for the game. His first 3 of the year. They continue to add points. Greg, very interesting here. They are just rolling up the score even though we're in the 4th.
No doubt, Mike. I mean, this offensive play caller has no let-up. I mean, he's going to see how many points can I put on this scoreboard before that clock runs out.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. On first down, it's Ward. On the run to the right. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, and it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Here now, 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Ward. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield. So I'm not sure if this is miscommunication or just bad execution, but either way, this is a ball that just needs to be completed. I mean, it's 4th down, money moment. You've got to be good in these critical situations, and when there's opportunities for plays to be made, you got to make them.
On the give, here's Henry. And he'll be out of bounds. That's a nice gain, though, on 1st down. A pickup of 7. Here's 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They go right back to Henry. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple. 3rd down. They need 5. Jackson now. Rolling right. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he'll be out of bounds. Down at the 20. 1st and 10.
That's good for a Baltimore 1st down.
A give right up the middle to Henry. Not much there. Maybe a yard.
Taken down at the 19-yard line.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
It's a give. Heading right. It's Henry. And he'll be marked down at the 7. And it will set up 1st and goal.
12 yards. And the Baltimore 1st down.
Here's a run. And he'll be brought down there. And that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in the